What is up, guys? Streetymate here, and welcome back to another episode of the Chelsea RTG. Now, as you've probably seen from the title, I just wanted to give you an update on my Chelsea team and the current custom tactics that I've been using, which has got me from Div 10 to Div 7 undefeated. Now, I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but for those people like me who struggle on this game massively, I figured I'd give you some tactics on how to kind of get out of these lower leagues, and hopefully these tactics continue to work so I can push on and get higher and higher up the leagues. But before we get into it, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just comment down below how you did on your first champs run this weekend. I've seen a lot of sweatiness. I've avoided it this weekend in the hopes that next week it's not too bad. But yeah, comment down below, let me know your record and who your best pull was. So as you can see on the screen, this is my starting 11 that I've mainly been using so far. We got Sanchez in goal with James, Tosin, Colwell, Cucurella, Enzo, Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Madueke, Jackson, and Sancho. And then this is the bench and who is on the reserves, with the man at the helm, Enzo Maresca, which, to begin with, I was looking for him on the market and I didn't realise he looked like that. So I didn't even, like, the name didn't register. So I was like, oh, sweet, thanks for that. But I got him in the end after not realising he had hair. But we've got him at the helm. And then just a quick one on the Evos. I thought I'd not really show you the gold players, to be honest, but the Evos, I've got Tosin, who might be, thank you, EA, my favourite player so far. So they're the base stats of 85 pace, 72 defending, 78 physical, 6'5". And then that is the stats. Obviously, agility and balance is not so great, but the pace on him is really good. I would have some clips showing of, like, how much of a glitch he is on corners. It's amazing. But yeah, this is his stats. These are his traits or play styles, I guess. Not traits anymore. Yeah, 82 overall. Got some good ball playing defender plus and defenders. So we'll see all that in the custom tactics. I think he's gone into 2 Evos, which I've forgotten what they are already, so that's clever of me. But yeah, 82 overall, 85 pace, 6'5" centre back is not bad at all. And then we've got Reece James here. Again, he was in that right back option for the Evo. Again, solid stats. 84, good pace, good passing, good dribbling, defending good, physical good. You can't argue with it. Whip pass, bruiser, you name it. False back as well, which is what he's playing in for me, which again we'll see in the custom tactics. And then Enzo in CDM. Again, nothing special. I think, again, this card only a couple of overalls up and his pace has increased. And then on the bench, I got João Felix, who's Evo'd, and Renato Vega, who, once I fully Evo'd him, could be a decent player. Just looking at the stats so far, 75 overall, and those stats are very solid. You can play CDMs, centre-back, left-back, which is amazing options. That is his stats so far, but once he goes up to like 79 overall, once I've done him, again, amazing. Look at all that. I don't know where I'm going to play him yet, but awesome player. And then I know there are a couple of cars which I could potentially get, like Gusto, but he's like going for 300k at the moment. It costs way too much. I ain't going to be able to get to that. And then Cole Palmer as well has a team of the week. However, I'm holding off on buying the team of the week because I figure he may get a player of the month. So I am holding off on that and seeing if he does get that. Then I could put all my fodder and everything into that and getting an absolute banger of a player of the month, Cole Palmer. These are the custom tactics I've been using. It is your standard 4-2, is it 1-3 or 3-1 or whatever you want to call it. You know, this is without the ball so far. So I've tried like having them all have at least like a plus. I know there's a like 3 there which don't. But I've got Sanchez on a sweeper keeper. Cucurella and James are false backs, or inverted, I guess. And then the 2 centre backs are ball playing. Fernandez is a holding. Caicedo goes into centre half, which I will show you when what happens when we do have the ball. I got Palmer as a shadow striker. Madueke is inside forward, as well as Sancho, and then Jackson is a poacher. So I've tinkered with this a little bit. I tried kind of like creating it to the Chelsea play as we do in real life, but it was too difficult, and I didn't like how it looked on with ball formation. I just did not enjoy it at all. It proper messed up my eyes. So without the ball, this is how we look. Very basic. A lot of tinkering of who does what, and then what it turns into with the ball is this. So we have Colwell and Tosin, centre backs, who split off. So Caicedo drops back into centre mid, and then I have Cucurella and James. They, instead of playing wing backs, I've got them as inverted, with Enzo Fernandez as holding. I figured Enzo would be better there as holding, just because he has long ball plus, I believe, as the play style. So Caicedo drops into centre backs, and I have essentially what it would be. It'd be like a 3-3-3-1, just quite narrow. At the moment, it's not giving me too much difficulty against playing anyone. But this is essentially how it all plays out. So those 4 just kind of like stay up front, and then these 6 stay back, but they do slowly push up. So I'm enjoying this formation. I've found it a lot of fun to play with. The idea that, you know, as soon as you have the ball, they just kind of like sprint into this formation, and there's always a passing option. So this is with the ball. As I said, I don't need to tweak it at the moment. I'm having a good time with it. So I think the best way for me to show you now is to get into some gameplay that I've recorded, just so you can see what it looks like when it steps out onto the pitch. So this recording was of when I was in Div 9, and this is the team I come up against. Quite a strong team, to be fair, and if I'm honest with you, it's probably better than the team I have. He's done obviously the 2 SBCs, which is pretty good. So this is this match, I think I'm making rage quit. It is a very, I think it goes to about 25 minutes, so I'm not going to edit it out, so you can just see kind of how the game goes and how well I do. Again, I know it's like Div 9, so it's probably nothing to really shout about. But early on, 2 minutes in, we scored the first goal, which is quite nice. Jadon Sancho on that wing, having that trickster is really, really good. Certainly a skill I use a lot anyway, just clicking that right analog stick in. And then, as you can see, the inverted fullbacks there with Cucurella and James. It just all pieces together quite nicely. It just seems like there's either someone always available, or, you know, there's a passing option. Again, look at Sancho go, but Maignan with a phenomenal save. And then Tosin in the box, 6'5", narrowly misses that one. If that's on target, that's in. So that's a pretty solid option to have anyway, especially if my passing's not working. He does get an opportunity here, but I mean the goalkeeper dives a weird way, but completely misses it. And then yeah, just pay attention to some of the passing. Cucurella, who obviously if you have him as like a wing back or left back, you're probably like pretty much hugging the touchline. But he just had that space just to be able to have a little through ball through. And then again here, obviously look how much. So the forwards are inverted, the fullbacks are inverted, and then Cole Palmer's usually quite like he has a lot of space as well. And then this is just defensively, as I said, the four up front they just stay up front, but Cole Palmer always an option. He's got nice passing, nice little technique about him. And then I still missed a chance anyway. But back to the corners with Tosin. He's literally my only option I go to. And as you can see, buries that one to score a goal. I'm pretty sure he's on like a goal every other game at this point. So, and then again, look, just some quick passing, popping around. Passes kind of behind Sancho there, but again, little trickster. Boop. See you later, buddy. Look at that for a pass. See that weird little animation then? And then passing it around. Beautiful. 3-0. Not a difficult game. I thought the team I saw on Div 9, I maybe he's kind of like doing similar to me, where he's just trying to get out of the leagues. Solid start. But I just love the passing. Just everybody seems available. Again, there's the inverted. Cole Palmer again, free. It just all seems to be working quite nicely. Cucurella down the wing. Crosses it in. Heads it away. But look who's at the back. There's a solid, what? Is that 5 of them at the back then? So even if there is a counter, there's 5 players there. So I'm feeling very confident. You know, he had that one shot, but that was it. And then 4-0, 25 minutes in. And then I think we get a nice little rage quit there. We do. Just like that. 4-0. Solid game. And I think I had Ange as my thing at the start. But look at that. 9 shots to his 0. And then just confirmation. Div 9 at the start. As I said, shouldn't really expect anybody too crazy to begin with, but solid start. We move on to the next one. So this was game number 2 for me. Again, I think I face another solid team. Yeah. Again, probably better than what I got. He's got Gusto at right back and Gabriel Jesus up front as Evos. Another video which I won't really edit too much, but I think it's like 4 minutes long, so I'm sure we can bear with it together. But yeah, I just wanted to show you kind of like from start to finish for my games. You know, a lot of my work is down the wing with Sancho and stuff like that. That is not the ball I wanted. I'm pretty sure you saw, was that Enzo running through there, and that's who I wanted to chip that through to. But then makes a nice little run here, cuts inside. I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Sanchez, the big man himself with his card that you can get quite early on. And then, as it usually having Tosin at the back, I've usually in quite a solid place. I'm hoping this game should show how the formation sets out. So, as you can see here, all these players available. Look, so they just find pockets of space. So I was just being patient, passing it around, and then eventually there'll be someone who will be available just like that. So Cole Palmer's just picked up that space, and because Cucurella's inverted, he's right next to him, gets ripped out in the end. but you know, as you can see, that they were quite close together, and they were able to create a bit of space. And then I'll go on through with Jadon Sancho to make it 1-0. But yeah, I like that little passage of play then, just because maybe that should have been a penalty, but we don't talk about that. And again, hopefully this kind of shows how the play goes. Again, I'm just popping it around, just kind of seeing how it feels. You know, someone put me under pressure. How does my team react? What places do they take up? And as you can see, other than the Jackson terrible pass, it was nice just being able to pass around them. And we whip it to Sancho. Trickster move, which I probably didn't need to do. And the front four just doing what they do best. And then Nicholas Jackson with the second goal of the game. I don't remember what this one finishes on, to be fair, and how early he quits out, but I don't think it's a long one. But yeah, there we go again. Just go at the back. But as you can see, just the one touch passing, and it completely rips me out. Probably could have been a red, to be fair, but he's got away with one then. And he's available on the wing. Amazing passing. Cole Palmer bobbing it around. See what I mean? So like, if you're like me, who's very much like a passing guy, usually at the end of every game, I do well with the passing stats. I usually have the most possession, most passes. So that's why I enjoy this formation, because it's very much a passing formation. And then Big Tosin with the header, just like the last game. Anything around that 6-yard box he's gonna bury it usually. Oh, look at this for a header. Whoosh. You ain't saving that. Solid performance again. Obviously, once again, I know it's Div 9, but there's two teams which I would say are better than mine. And we've done a good job there. And 3-0 win. I am happy about that. No complaints. No drama. So my last little gameplay part I want to show you is a team that I come up against. This is on my stream that I did yesterday, or whenever this gets out, the day before. As you can see, Div 7 just got there. Same Chelsea team that you saw at the start of the video. I come up against a team who is madly insane. You know, I didn't want to just show you against a couple of teams that are a little bit mid. Obviously still better than mine, but you might see my reaction to when this team pops up. I can't imagine how much money this person has spent to get this and open up all the packs, but it is wild. But look at this team. Crazy. Great. Look, there's my face. Fuming, innit? He's fuming. But yeah, that was a team I come up against. I won't show you the whole gameplay of this, but I'll just kind of like cut to the end and show you the result of the game. But that was a team I come up against, and it absolutely sucked. So this is goal number 1. Cole Palmer going through. Keeper comes out, scores a goal. Look how happy I am. He's an happy lad. Also, the goalkeepers, when they run out, they don't do anything. They don't slide. They don't try and make a tackle. So you can just kind of like shoot straight past them. It's insane that that's a thing. But broken AI. Took to the 40th minute. I was defending quite a lot because this guy was passing around the box. But yeah, 1-0 up. Not a bad start. It's me trying to figure out getting through with Enzo, but didn't quite happen. But yeah, 1-0 up. First half done. let's go into the second half. And then second goal of the game for me, from a corner. You think Tosun's going for it? No. Enzo Fernandez picks it up after a nice tackle in the box, finishes it 2-0 just after half time. Eased the pressure on me a little bit. I think if I was still 1-0 up, it could have been a little bit more difficult, but no, I'm happy about that. Nice little 2-goal lead. I don't remember what happens here. No, big Virgil, AI defending. You love it, don't you? But 2-0, solid. Then the third goal from this passage of play, quite a terrible pass from the guy. We get it out to Cucurella. Jadon Sancho just spins it round the corner, chips it in, cuts inside. Nicholas Jackson into the net. You love to see it. Nice little finish there. And then final goal of the game. He tries crossing it in. Big Tosun's like, nah, son, not today. We get it out to Mudryk, one of our super subs from the bench. Chips it down into Felix, drops the shoulder, rips him out. And there's only one man to take this penalty. Cole Palmer. How's your nerves? Right into the bottom corner. And to top it off, Cole Palmer, baby. And there's me doing a celebration as well. I'm a happy man. Happy man. And then as you can kind of see from the stats, probably not too well because my fat napper is in the way in the chat. But the guy on the left, he passed it more than me, to be fair. It's not very often that happens, but he only had 3 shots. That formation, you know, the way I've set it up, I defend really well with it. You know, there's always 4 or 5 players at the back, and everybody gets back quite quick. But for the team the guy had, and he only had 3 shots, you know, nothing really troubled me. Apparently I had more possession, so I must have done well near to the end. And then, yeah, I had 6 shots, 4 of them goals. Yeah, I was happy with it. I needed to be tested. Obviously, the further I go up, I'll be facing more and more of these teams anyway, so it's nice to get off to a start and actually beat one of these credit card FCs, I guess. But 4-0 win against a team that in value probably like is 10 times more than what mine's valued, so yeah, nicely done. So as you can see from this objective, I played 11 games and I've won all 11. Obviously, I guess that kind of can be proven if you do all the weird calculations of how many wins you need and at what point I am. But yeah, 11 wins out of 11 so far, and that last game I just showed you was my final game of the day, and I've hit that bracket in Div 7. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So probably quite a long-winded video, but I thank you all for watching. If you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my live streams. I stream here on YouTube. I'd very much appreciate it. So without taking any more of your time, peace out and have a good rest of the day.